Christy works in her living room. She has her MacBook open and a couple of spreadsheets on the coffee table. I enter in my workout clothes. Are you ready to hit the gym?
Sorry, I can't. I've got work to do.
What work?
The work of running a business empire.
You run a business empire? You?
Why do I sense ridicule in your voice?
You sense it because it's there.
Well, stop it.
Out of interest, what kind of business do you run?
I run a successful makeup business and a women's clothing brand. I also run a charity and an animal shelter for dogs.
You surprise me. What's the charity?
It's a charity for veterans in need. A couple of years ago, I got asked to go to Afghanistan to perform for soldiers.
And you did? Well, color me surprised.
Anyway, on my way to Afghanistan, my PR team let me know about the veteran struggles.
And what kind of things were they facing?
They mainly faced the traumas of war. In addition, a lot of them had mental health issues as well as issues regarding unemployment.
Are those the only issues they face?
No, homelessness and a sense of purpose are other big issues that affect veterans. My charity tries to educate and send these veterans to the right doors so they can receive their much-needed help.
That's a plus, you know.
A plus for what?
A plus for you when I write my report to your Aunt Becca.
I don't need you to do me favors.
I'm not. You're showing me the real you. You're showing me the person you were all along. That's incredible. Feel proud.
Thanks.
Christy reads a statement and gasps in horror.
Ah!
What?
I think someone working for my company is stealing from my business.
Seriously? Are you sure?
Yes, someone withdrew 60 grand out of my business. It says here I authorized it. I don't remember doing it.
Well, maybe you did and you forgot.
I didn't. I need to make some calls.
Christy, you come up with wild accusations all the time. Please, don't act until you have all the facts.
I need to deal with this.
Christy gets out her cell phone and makes a call. Christy and I are sat down for breakfast. Christy signs an autograph for an excited 8-year-old girl who walks away happy. Does that happen a lot? People coming up to you looking for your autograph.
I'm a Grammy-winning singer. Have a guess, Einstein.
So, what did your accountant tell you?
He's investigating the issue.
You should get an independent accountant to review your accounts for peace of mind.
I think I know who's stealing from me.
That hasn't been confirmed, so don't jump the gun yet. Let the investigation finish before you start being a moron. Christy kicks my leg from under the table. Ow! That hurt.
His name is Greg Collins. He's been at my company for 3 years. Greg works as my financial advisor at the company.
Has he got access to your company accounts? Can Greg pay himself?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, has he ever done anything for you to suspect him? Does Greg have a past?
No, but I know Greg is behind this.
Christy, you need ironclad proof before you can act on this. Don't act without it, or you'll make an ass out of yourself.
I should have proof within an hour. I'm meeting Greg for lunch in an hour.
How will you get the proof?
While we're having lunch here, and he's out of the office, I'm having one of my staff members review his computer records.
Okay, it's a solid plan, but make sure you're thorough with your investigation before you present it to him.
Why is that part so important?
It's crucial because the last thing you need is to blow this thing out of proportion. You could jeopardize everything you've built and be handed a lawsuit. You don't need that right now.
I am going to nail his ass to the cross by the end of this lunch.
Have you maybe considered that you might be wrong? You might be jumping the gun.
I'm not. I'm right about this. I know it.
All right, let's see what happens. We're in a lavish-looking restaurant. There's a rumor Gordon Ramsay owns this restaurant. Christy and I take a seat at a table. This is glamorous. I feel like a celebrity. Why did you bring me here to meet Greg? Do you need my support?
No. I thought you deserved a nice meal with a beautiful woman. Unfortunately, it's not like it's a regular occurrence for you.
Yeah, I'm suspicious, but I'll ignore that suspicion to spend time with you.
Oh, so you like spending time with me?
I'm a sucker for the rich and famous.
I am not buying it.
Hey, so I had a thought to run by you.
I'm intrigued. What is it?
I want to investigate Greg Collins.
Why?
Can I tell you something if you promise not to raise your voice or get angry?
I will make no such promise.
Rumor has it that Greg is a good guy.
You're taking his side.
No, there are no sides. But according to one of your office ladies, Greg does a lot of good for your company. He does a ton of selfless stuff. Greg deserves credit.
And how do you know all of this?
I might have someone in your office who monitors your affairs.
What? Why?
I have to report back to your aunt, Christy. I want to make sure what I report is accurate. I have to do my due diligence. This is to protect you.
Bullshit. This is so you get a huge fat bonus when you sell me down the river.
There's no bonus.
Yeah, whatever.
Will you let me investigate Greg?
Nope.
Why not?
Why? Well, I've already received the report back from one of my staff members. They reported that Greg's been stealing from me, so I'm here to meet him so I can fire him. Greg is getting fired today.
You can't be serious. At least let me see the report before you do something you'll live to regret.
Nope. It's too late. Here he comes.
Greg walks towards the table. My face falls. I'm driving Christy home. She's in the back seat.
I know what you're thinking, Quinn.
I don't think you do.
Greg didn't look guilty.
Any fool could have told you that.
I still believe he did it.
If you think so, I won't say more. Christy gets a fury of text. She takes out her cell phone.
Ugh.
What?
5 of my staff members at the company are threatening to quit. You've heard I fired Greg. Could I rehire him?
Why would they quit if he's guilty?
I don't know.
I would have thought that the staff member who got you the proof that Greg was stealing from you told everyone at the company what was happening. What's going on?
I lied.
You lied about what? Hang on. That's the dumbest question ever asked.
I lied about there being evidence to suggest Greg was stealing from me.
I can't believe this.
Hear me out, okay? I'm confident he did it. It's a gut feeling. My gut is never wrong.
Yeah, well, it's wrong on this occasion. Greg has a young family to support. He's a good man from what I heard at lunch.
Whatever.
Christy, you've destroyed his whole life because of a gut feeling. That's cruel.
I'm not rehiring him.
Greg won't come back to his job anyways. You've lost a great man.
Please don't say that.
And not only have you lost Greg, but you're about to lose some of your other staff members at your company.
I can still fix this.
It's going to take years for your company to recover from this. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm going to write this up.
You're going to put this in your report?
Yep.
Hang on. What if I fixed this?
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I can go to Greg's house, apologize, and rehire him.
And what happens when he rejects you?
I'll bump up his pay.
Do you really think a man of that regard will accept it?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, but if you don't get Greg back in the company within the next hour, I'll write a very damning report on you.
That's a deal.
I hope you fix this, for your sake.
I will. Can you take me to his house?
We hope you're enjoying this episode of Bodyguard. That Love podcast has over 190 episodes out now. If you'd like to help us continue making great love stories for you, please consider joining our Patreon page for a low monthly fee of $1. We also have this episode script if you'd like to read it whilst listening to it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. The link is in the show page. Every penny of your money will go into helping us make even better content for you, the audience, to enjoy. Thank you for your kindness and have a great day. Christy walks into the house as I vacuum the apartment.
Well, I hired him back.
I switch off the vacuum. I heard.
Greg wanted a big raise, and I gave it to him.
Okay.
Why aren't you more excited about this? You were right. I was wrong. Lap it up.
I've got something major to say.
You think my staff members will stay on now that Greg stays on?
I've got news which will dampen your mood.
Ugh, I don't want to hear it. I want to put this whole affair behind me and move on.
Greg's been sleeping with 4 of your staff members at the office.
What did you say?
I investigated what was happening and discovered that Greg, your married employee, is a huge slut.
I fired him.
I know.
You got me to rehire him.
I'm sorry. Christy glares at me.
It makes perfect sense why the women at my office wanted to quit now.
Yeah, it wasn't because they were supporting Greg. It was because they couldn't work together without fighting over him. They wanted a fresh start.
I am this close to firing you.
I'm sorry. Look, you need to fire Greg.
Oh no, I've already tried that. You want him fired? You frickin' do it. I'm done.
Christy walks towards her bedroom. Fine, I'll do it. Sorry. Christy cooks dinner. I enter.
I'm making spaghetti bolognese. You're welcome to join me for dinner if you keep your mouth shut for the rest of the meal.
It'll be kind of hard to eat the meal, but sure, I'll join you for dinner.
Have you fired Greg?
Yep, but it wasn't easy.
Why do you say that?
Greg wanted Severance to leave.
What a dick. I hope you told him where to go. Please say you did.
Oh, you bet, but then Greg threatened you with a lawsuit.
What a jerk! Will he file the lawsuit?
Nope, Greg the slut was coming on to an underage high school student on work experience at your company. I threatened to get the girl to go to the police if
Greg goes along with the lawsuit.
you have to pay for the teenager's hotel expenses for when she goes to Mexico next year with her friends.
Fun.
You'll be glad to know that all the women seeing Greg have rescinded their resignation notices. They all want to stay at the company.
Phew. That's one less thing to deal with on Monday. Thanks.
In more important news, you weren't being embezzled.
Then why did I see vast amounts of money coming out of my company's accounts?
The money was going to your animal shelter. You've just opened a new one.
Have I?
Last week, I drove you to the opening of one. The large withdrawal from your company account was to settle the bill with the construction company that built the damn shelter for you.
Why didn't I know that?
You set up the payment months ago, and it must have slipped your mind.
I am so stupid.
Anyway, I sent you the report I did on your company, so all the details are there.
Thank you, Quinn. You've been an enormous help.
You're welcome.
You've been a rock to me these last couple of weeks. I must say, I'm starting to like you.
I'm glad to know that.
I mean, I really like you.
Okay, whoa there. Steady, girl.
What?
You're hitting on me.
I wasn't, I promise.
Sure. Oh, so you know, I won't write up what happened this week in my report. It'll be like it never happened.
Thank you.
Dinner smells nice.
Please wash your hands so we can eat.
I will. And, oh,
What?
I like spending time with you.
I do too.
I exit. This was The Bodyguard. It was voiced by me, Alex Bowie, and Justine Leah Hince. It was written, produced, and directed by Joao Nsita. We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of The Bodyguard. please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and be sure to subscribe to the podcast on all your favorite podcast listening apps. Also, please share the series with your friends and family. Thank you. That Love Podcast is active on Twitter at ThatLovePod and on Instagram and Facebook at That Love Podcast.